Well, here we are, December. It's Christmas time again, and it's actually a story a day till Christmas time. You see that? And I'm going to start out here with the first day, December 1st, and the story is The Candles by Hans Christian Andersen. I'll show you the picture here first. Let's see. Got to zero in here on the camera. Can you see that okay? There was once a big wax candle that was quite proud of itself. I am made of wax, and I have been cast and not dipped, it said. My light is cleaner and I burn longer than other candles. I belong in a chandelier or a silver candlestick. Oh, that must be lovely, said the humble tallow candle. I am only made of tallow, but I have been dipped 8 times instead of 2, like most, so I have a decent waistline and am satisfied. Wax candles are put in the living room, and I have to stay in the kitchen. But that's a good place too. It's warm and friendly and is where all the food is prepared. There are certainly more important things in life than food, sniffed the wax candle. Excuse me. Things like parties and dancing. There is going to be a Christmas ball tonight. At any moment they will come for me and my whole family. Hardly had this been said when the lady of the house came to get the wax candles. But she took the little tallow candle too. She brought it into the kitchen where a little boy stood with a basket in his arm. It was filled with potatoes and a few apples. All this kind mistress had given to the poor boy. Here, my little friend, she said, and she put the tallow candle into his basket. I know your mother often works so late into the night. Her little daughter, who was standing nearby, smiled when she heard her mother say, so late into the night. We are going to have a party, and my dress has red bows on it, and I will be allowed to stay up so late into the night, she said joyfully. Her eyes sparkled with expectation. She was so happy. Not even wax candles can shine like the eyes of a child. That was a blessed sight, thought the tallow candle. I shall never forget it, nor am I likely to see such happiness again. The boy went on his way, and the tallow candle went with him. I wonder where I'm going, it thought. Probably to people so poor they don't even have a brass candlestick, while the wax candle sits in silver and in the finest company. Well, it is my lot in life to be tallow and not wax. And the tallow candle was brought to a poor home where a widow lived with her 3 children. From their rooms, with their low ceilings and narrow windows, they could look across the street to the great house. God bless her who gave you this, said the boy's mother when she saw the tallow candle. It will burn late into the night. And the candle was lit. In the rich house, the wax candles were also lit. From the windows, their light fell out into the street. Coaches rumbled along the cobblestones as they arrived, bringing elegantly dressed guests, and soon the music was heard. Now the ball is starting, thought the tallow candle, recalling the little rich girl with the sparkling eyes. I shall never see eyes like those again. The youngest of the poor woman's children was a girl too. She put her arms around her brother and sister and whispered to them, "We are going to have hot potatoes for dinner." Her eyes looked bright and happy too, just as happy as the little girls across the street had looked when she spoke of bows. The table was set, the potatoes were eaten. How good they tasted! And then there were apples for dessert. The youngest child recited a little verse. "Dear God, thanks to your will, I once more my stomach did fill. Amen." "Did I say it nicely?" the girl asked her mother. The mother smiled back and shook her head. "That you mustn't ask or think about. What is important is to be thankful to God for what He does for us." The children were tucked into bed and each given a kiss, and then they fell right to sleep. The mother stayed up and sewed late into the night. She had to earn a living for herself and her children. Over in the house of the rich, the wax candles were still burning, and the music played. Above in the sky, the stars shone, and they shone as brightly on the poor home as on the rich one. That was a nice evening, thought the tallow candle. I wonder if the wax candle had a better time in the silver candlestick. That's a question I would like to have answered before I burn out. And then it thought of the two equally happy faces, one shining in the light of the wax candles and the other in the light of the tallow one, and its flame danced brightly and even a bit proudly before its light disappeared. And forever, his light disappeared forever into the darkness of Christmas night. And that's the end of that story. Here's a picture of the poor mother. All right, that's it. December 1st.